Hi, I'm David Scull. I'm a professional horror historian, and as part of my life and work, I get invited to some very strange places, but none quite as intimidating as the chance to appear on Lord Blood-Rah's nerve-wracking theater. And I'm not sure what shape my nerves are going to be in by the time this is over, but you can join us and find out.
Countdown for blast off. X minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire.
Welcome to Lord Blood-Rah's nerve-wracking theater.
Ah, my lords and ladies, geeks, geekarellas, geekulas, and geekeritas. I am Lord Blood-Rah, and this is Lord Blood-Rah's nerve-wracking theater. An evil voodoo witch casts a curse on a young man, slowly invading his mind and drawing him deeper into her circle of satanic cultists, ruled by the devil god Gamba. Sound interesting? Tonight, from 1961, it's the tale of dreams, deceit, and voodoo dolls. The Devil's Hand. Now, The Devil's Hand stars Robert Alda, the father of Hawkeye Pierce from TV's MASH, Alan Alda. Now, there aren't many horror credits to Robert Alda's name, but he did star in the 1946 film The Beast with 5 Fingers, alongside the Lord High Minister of all that is sinister, Mr. Peter Lorre. But now, without further ado, I give to you a cautionary tale about the dangers of following your dreams. Here is The Devil's Hand.
are your friends?
My date for the afternoon. You're 20 minutes late.
Sorry.
You hear that? He says he's sorry. You think I should marry a man who's late for his appointment?
She's proposing again.
Only for the 17th time.
You waited all your life for the perfect mate. What's 20 minutes more?
You should get over that inferiority complex. What's wrong?
Nothing. I didn't get much sleep last night.
Or the night before, or the night before that. Why don't you see your doctor? Or get some sleeping pills. That may help.
Wouldn't do any good.
Well, let's get some lunch. You haven't got much time left on your lunch hour.
There's no rush.
Why, did they make you the boss or something?
I quit the other day.
You didn't tell me that. You said that this job was your big chance in electronics so that you could develop some of your own ideas. You said it was the kind of security you wanted for us to get married.
I know what I said. Be a little patient with me, honey. Please. How could I explain when I myself couldn't understand it? To dream about a woman night after night, a woman I'd never met, never seen before. And with each dream, she became more real, more alive, until it seemed that if my hand reached out, I could have touched her. Some will, stronger than my own, brought me here. Nothing was familiar to me. I'd never been here before, and yet I wasn't lost. An unknown force was guiding my steps, leading me to this courtyard. There was something here that was drawing me close, like a magnet. I could feel it pulling me closer, closer. And then I saw it. That's it. That face, it's the same face of the woman who comes to me in my dreams. It's fantastic.
Oh, darling, it's probably just a coincidence.
That's she, all right.
Well, then let's go inside and see who posed for it. More than likely it's someone you know, and that would explain everything.
Hello, Mr. Turner. I have the doll ready for you.
You know my name?
Oh, I pride myself on my memory. You left your name when you brought in this picture for the portrait doll. Remarkable resemblance, don't you think?
Yes. But there must be some mistake.
Mistake? Oh, I don't think so. Let me check your order. Excuse me.
Donna, I didn't bring that photo in.
We just mistook you for someone else.
I don't understand this. First I dream of a face, then I see that face on a doll. Now I'm told I brought that photo in.
You're making too much out of it, Rick. There's just been a misunderstanding somewhere.
But he knew my name.
Do you walk in your sleep?
No, and I'm not leading a double life.
Who are you trying to convince? Me or yourself?
Would I have brought you here if I were?
I'm only kidding, Rick. Don't be so touchy. You'll see. There's a perfectly logical explanation for all this. Some of your friends have weird ideas of humor. Maybe one of them is playing a... Rick, that's me.
Sure looks like you.
It is me. Where do you get these ideas?
What are you talking about?
The doll, of course. Honestly, Rick, it was sweet of you to have it made for me. But why all the mystery? You went to so much trouble just to make it a surprise.
Donna, I didn't order this doll.
Darling, you must have.
And I'm telling you, I didn't
The
order it.
instructions all checked, Mr. Turner. Everything is exactly as you wanted it. Should I wrap it or send it to Miss Bianca Milan?
This doll, who ordered it?
That one, the lady in the photograph.
Take a good look at this picture and Miss Trent here.
Yes, I see what you mean. There is a slight resemblance.
Slight? That's me.
Merely a coincidence. I know the lady who brought this photo in.
Look, Mr.
Lamont, Francis Lamont.
Mr. Lamont, there must be some mistake. I didn't bring in any photo. I didn't order any doll. In fact, I've never even been in here before.
If you say so, sir, perhaps I was mistaken. It's paid for, so I'll send it to Miss Milan.
Rick, if you're playing some sort of a game, I don't find it very amusing. So let's take my doll and leave.
Donna, Look, just wrap this one up. I'll take this doll.
This one, I'm afraid, is not for sale. If you'd care to leave a photo, I'd be happy to make one up for this young lady.
But she is the lady.
No, sir. She is not.
Come on, Rick. Let's go.
What's this? Devious doings at the doll shop? And who's this? An actor known for portraying a paragon of propriety, now playing a pernicious proprietor of the aforementioned doll shop? Why, it's Neil Hamilton, best known for playing Commissioner Gordon on the classic 1960s Batman TV show. Will more acting alumni from Batman appear in our acrid little movie? I hope not. I'm out of alliteration, and this voice is tiring. I'll bet you're tired of it.
Boundless power ties these two together in a love tainted by strange, sinister terror. The siren song of the sea, pulsating like a bongo beat, calling, driving the sea people.
You saw how she looked at me, how she spoke to me. She's one of them. She's one of the sea people, and Johnny, I'm so afraid.
You're a stranger here, and I guess you don't know what everybody here knows.
Ellen, dear.
In the past 2 years, Maura's had 2 boyfriends, and they're both dead now.
And now back to The Devil's Hand, as we get a glimpse at just what devilish goings-on are going on at the doll shop.
frightening. He just stood there looking at me.
I don't understand this.
Rick.
Well, what is it?
Oh, help me.
Take it easy.
Dr. Wright, report to clinic at once, please. Dr. Wright, report to clinic.
How is she, Doc?
I just had Dr. Moore corroborate my diagnosis. It's a coronary condition, a muscle spasm of the heart.
How bad is it?
Well, it's hard to say at this stage. Frankly, her symptoms are a bit puzzling.
It all happened so fast.
It usually does, Mr. Turner. Now, you try not to worry. We're doing everything possible for her. Right now, she's resting quietly under sedation. You better try to get some sleep yourself. You'll be able to see her tomorrow.
Thanks, Doc.
Rick, I'm here. What's the matter? Can't sleep? Relax, Rick. Let's enjoy each other. Should I sing until your head throbs with the sound of my voice? Should I dance for you until the blood races through your veins? Do you find me desirable? Would you kiss me if you could? Would you hold me close?
I'm dreaming, it must be. What do you want?
You.
Who are you?
The man at the doll shop told you. Bianca Milano. The address is on the back of the photograph. Get it, Rick. And bring the doll. So simple. Why torture yourself any longer? I'll be waiting for you.
Now, Mr. Turner can only stay a few minutes. You're not to get excited.
But I always get excited when I see Rick.
Well, I don't blame you. He's quite a man. You have 3 minutes, Mr. Turner.
How do you feel?
Like a steamroller hit me.
Well, that makes 2 of us. You didn't tell me before you had trouble. With your heart, I mean.
I didn't. Until I fell in love with you. That will teach me never to be jealous again.
Well, that'll be a help.
Oh? What are you planning?
I'm not supposed to get you excited.
Tell me, Rick.
Yesterday I told you I didn't know any more about those dolls than you do.
Yes?
That was the truth, Donna. Last night I had another dream, vision, whatever the devil you want to call it.
The same girl?
Only this time she spoke to me. She said if I wanted to find the answer to all this, all I had to do was bring the doll to her.
Why isn't she helpful?
Well, I've got to see her, don't you see? I've got to find out whether she's real or not. Once and for all, I've got to get this thing off my back.
I know you have to see her, darling. I guess I can't help acting like a woman. You've been honest with me, and I do believe you, but...
But what?
Please be careful.
Of what?
I mean it, Rick. There's more to it than just, well, call it premonition or woman's intuition if you like, but I'm afraid.
Of what?
I'm afraid I'm going to lose you.
To a dream?
To a dream that might be real.
You're the only real thing in my life.
Oh, Rick, I love you so.
Who prescribed that?
Best medicine in the world.
Good for whatever ails you.
When I think of the time I've wasted on vitamin pills.
Take care of yourself, darling. I'll see you soon.
Rick, be careful. of the doll.
Mr. Turner, I do hope I wasn't indiscreet yesterday.
No. Miss Trent, the young lady who was with me, was just a little upset at seeing her photograph and that doll.
Of course.
May I see the name on the back of that photograph?
The one you think is Miss Trent?
Yes.
I'm sorry, but the doll and picture were picked up by the owner this morning.
Oh. Well, then I'll take that other doll, the one of Miss...
Bianca Milan? I anticipated your coming back.
How much do I owe you?
You paid me when you placed the order.
Did I?
In full. Good day, Mr. Turner.
Yeah. Bianca Milan.
Mr. Turner, I've been expecting you. Do come in.
You know I was coming?
Of course.
You were expecting me to deliver this.
Thank you. Lovely. The resemblance is amazing, don't you think? Shall we have a drink?
I prefer a little conversation, like my questions and your answers.
There's time, lots of it. Come, help me. This is our first drink together. We should mark the occasion with a toast. The first of many things together.
Such as dreams and portrait dolls.
And the sweet mysteries of life. I hope you're hungry. I thought you might like to dine here. Just the two of us. My servant, Ammon, does very well with Occidental dishes. You may serve us now, Ahmed. Ahmed cannot speak.
I'm a little speechless myself.
I found him in Tibet. He belonged to an ancient cult of worshippers who believe sacrifice brings immortality. His tongue was his sacrifice.
The world has many strange religions. Forgive me for being so persistent, but what made you so sure I was coming here tonight?
I invited you, and you accepted.
Let's be more specific. I'm here for just one reason.
I know why you're here, Rick.
Then you know about the dreams.
Naturally. It's a simple process of thought projection, or thought transfer.
Thought project. You're telling me that you danced and talked to me from this apartment? And I received your image and voice in my room?
You doubt me?
Of course not. I'll get you the number of a good psychiatrist.
No. No. I just don't trust her. And it's not this whole mysterious doll thing or the invading his dreams with her thought projection. No. It's way worse than that. She served him champagne in a martini glass. And that is just not done. In a champagne flute, or her slipper, or the skull of a recently vanquished enemy, of course. But in a martini glass? What kind of inhuman hellspawn are we dealing with here?
The artist, the poet, the figure model who loves to show it.
You suppose he could be physically attracted to her? No, man, he ain't the type. You don't get enough vitamin E.
All these are beat. All these you'll meet in a bucket of blood.
Let us make the scene. Crazy.
Come, enjoy yourself. Where the hilarious enjoy the horrifying. In a bucket of blood. No, you're gonna shoot me! Don't shoot! Come to the land of living dreams, where realists dream of the unreal.
Walter, you've done something to me. Something deep down inside of my prana. Oh, Walter, I want to be with you. You're creative.
Beatniks at their bawdiest. The creative urge at its most primitive. I'm deeply moved, and I shall compose a poem. Love is art. Art is love. It's the weirdest and the wildest.
I don't want to make statues anymore. I want to get married. To you.
Maybe I'm a little dense, but I don't understand all of this.
What puzzles you?
Well, for one thing, why me?
You appeal to me.
Why does a woman with your attributes have to go to these extremes to have a man visit her? Why didn't you just whistle or something?
Would you have answered?
Perhaps not. But then I'm going to be married.
There's your answer, then. I had to condition you, wear down your resistance, make you want me. So I visited you through mental projection. You may not admit it, but I am firmly planted in your subconscious.
Could be. But what's so special about me that put you to so much trouble?
I saw you, I wanted you. That made you special.
We can't always have everything we want.
I can.
This thought projection, is it a special power you have, or can anyone play?
Will you prepare a drink for Mr. Turner and myself, Ahmed? Relax, Rick. Make yourself comfortable. Recognize him?
Me?
It helps in concentrating to have the image of the person to whom one's thoughts are directed.
Who gave you the recipe, Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde?
You're amused.
I'm sorry. I'll take you seriously, I promise. Tastes like devil's brew.
I can bridge any distance between us, no matter how great or how small. Concentration is essential. I can tell when I've made contact with you, when my thoughts and my image have reached you. Just relax and close your eyes while I concentrate. Oh, great God. Open your eyes, Rick. You can see me quite clearly now. Tell me what you see.
I see through you. You're transparent. Cast no shadow, no reflection. There are disturbances around you. Wind, thunder, lightning. You're not real. You're...
Turn around, Rick. I'm here behind you.
What are you?
Don't you know?
You're a she-devil.
A witch.
You're evil. But beautiful. Fascinating.
Listen, Rick. As I once was, you would not have looked at me. I was unhappy and lost until I discovered Gamba.
Gamba?
The devil god of evil. I belong to a cult that worships Gamba. We met the high executioner at the doll shop, Francis Lamont.
He gave you this power of thought projection.
It's more than that. I've been given the power to control my destiny. I've had everything life could offer until I saw you. I wanted you just as much as you want me now. You've already begun to forget Don and Trent.
You really are a witch. She-devil, whatever you are, I want you.
You must become one of us first.
Anything.
You must take the oath to Gamba.
Tomorrow.
Now. There's a meeting in progress. The high executioner will perform the rites at midnight. We must hurry. Come on, Rick.
Welcome. The ceremony is underway.
Good evening, Francis. Mr. Turner wishes to join us.
I shall perform the rites after the sacrifice. Shall we go in? Our goddess of love. Bianca is our living image.
Tonight is the first night of the full moon. We must offer up sacrifice to Gamba. It's the devil god's decree that we offer a human for appeasement.
A human? You mean they're going to kill somebody?
Not necessarily, but a human is going to be offered on the altar of sacrifice, and it's up to Gamba to decide.
How does he make his decision?
It's like Russian roulette, except the odds are greater. Look up there. In our ceremony, we use a sword, concealed in one of the covers hanging from the wheel. The wheel is spun, and Gamba makes his decision. The cover is lowered upon the heart of the subject. If the sword is in the cover, it pierces the heart. If Gamba decides to spare his subject, the cover bends harmlessly.
Sounds like a million laughs. Does everybody get to play?
No. The subject is selected when in doubt of his loyalty during his test period.
Have you ever been...
My loyalty has been proven.
Geeks, geekarellas, geekulas, and geekeritas. You know late night horror swings. Devil dolls and voodoo slaves, zombies and vampires from moldy graves, and crazy cavemen from crazy caves. You know late night horror swings. A wild chick's head on a tabletop, a giant lizard stomping non-stop, and blood the color of cherry pop. You know late night horror swings. The spaceships fly to the moon so high, and the werewolves cry and howl, and the madman's lab with the long, long slab makes monsters out on the prowl. When the day is done and the dark comes down and your bloodshot eyes strain to see, you know tonight the time is right for Price, Karloff, and Lugosi. All the geeks, geekarellas, geekulas, and geekeritas know late night horror swings.
From Haiti, land of the voodoo, comes the most infamous cult of all. Bela Lugosi as Murder Legendre.
I see death.
Master of the undead damned. The sinister power behind the white zombie.
Zombies? Yes, they are my servants.
This soul killer takes men from their graves to be his slaves. His instruments of terror, and now this fiend plots to possess a woman.
Only a pinpoint, a silver mark, in a glass of wine, or perhaps a flower.
Keep it, monsieur. Keep it. You may change your mind.
Not dead? Are you mad? I saw her die. The doctor signed a certificate. I saw them bury her.
Captive in the borderland between life and death. Her brain drained of the life spark. The white zombie obeys the unholy commands of her demon master. As mindless creatures carry out his cursed will, terror explodes in horror and heartquake.
Zombie! Allez! Allez!
Never eyes so evil, never powers so potent, never magic so black. Bela Dracula Lugosi as the master of the white zombie.
Larry!
From the exotic geisha houses of Tokyo to the back alleys of the Ginza Strip comes the terrifying news of a fiendish creature that threatens to destroy all who stand in his way. This is the frightening story of an American reporter in Tokyo who unwittingly became the victim of a shocking scientific experiment that turned him into a horrible mutant, half man, half monster, the Manster.
What happened?
He got away.
I think I know where he's going, to Taras. Follow me.
Right. There's panic in the streets as the unheard-of terror of a half-man, half-monster runs wild through the city. There he goes! Don't miss The Manster, a genuine thriller in the most frightening sense of the word.
Now back to The Devil's Hand, as the ritual of Gamba is about to begin. Think of it as kind of a satanic game show.
Worshippers of Gamba, the great devil god, hear me well. Tonight is the first night of the full moon. The tides rise to their highest level and vibrations fill the air. It is a time for restlessness and madness. It is a time for death. For Gamba decreaseth. Gamba, the great devil god, commands that one of you be tested. A human sacrifice must be offered. Only Gamba can determine whether a life will be taken. The judgment is his. Bring in the subject. Gamba, great devil god, ruler of man's destiny, we offer this lovely girl on the sacrificial altar. You alone, in your wisdom, will judge her. If she is unworthy, if her loyalty is in doubt, then she must be punished. But should she prove deserving and fit to serve you, your power alone will spare her. Go, great Gamba, highest executioner, supreme devil, god of evil, make your decision. Shall the maiden live or die?
Gamba.
Gamba protects his own. The girl lives. Oh, thank you, great Gamba. You have proven yourself well.
It's our turn now.
He has been informed of our code and beliefs.
Yes, High Executioner.
Kneel. Oh, great Gamba, we offer a new subject who has come to join us. During his trial period, watch him, study him, and then test him, O great devil god. Will you swear absolute allegiance to the great devil god Gamba?
I will.
Will you follow his commands without question, though it means someone's destruction, even your own?
I will.
You will, above all else, seal your lips and swear yourself to secrecy.
I will.
You, his sponsor, will be held accountable. You accept this responsibility?
I do.
It is done. From this moment on, there is no turning back. You are one of us now, a member of the cult of the great devil god Gamba. Guard this privilege well.
Is that all?
For now. A new life is going to begin for you, Rick. Take me home. Don't quite believe, do you, darling? You have renounced goodness, forsaken virtue. You'll never escape me, darling.
I know it. God help me, I want it this way.
That makes 8 straight.
It's incredible, 8 horse poly.
Happens all the time.
I just can't get over it. Yesterday you called me and said, buy every available share. Today it started to skyrocket. Last week you said, sell Amalgamated Industries. And the bottom dropped out.
Just lucky, I guess.
Something more than that. Someone is giving you some very valuable tips.
Well, let's just say I have a good advisor.
Goodbye, Mr. Bennett.
Goodbye. Should feel very proud of your protege. He's passed every test so far. Not once has he weakened an attempted contact with Miss Trent.
I never thought he would.
Your confidence in him is quite admirable, my dear. I am a little surprised.
At what?
Well, this little romance of yours has lasted longer than the others.
I've always come back to you, Francis.
Of course. That's why I can afford to be so tolerant of your brief affairs. You will keep this one brief, won't you, my dear? Your Rick will receive the loyalty test now. I hope he merits your belief in him.
You've lost the urge to experiment.
Oh, every time you touch me, I go out of my mind. Let me die. Let me die.
Her brain kept alive by experimental science, by a man whose abnormal passions inspired him to try the impossible.
I brought her back. She'll live and I'll get her another body.
So what of her soul? How can you make of her an experiment of horror?
His mad ambitions and desires threaten every woman possessing an attractive body. Girls whose measurements make them beauty contest participants. Professional figure models such as this. All are prey to his distorted desires.
What's locked behind that door?
Horror. No normal mind can imagine. Something even more terrible than you.
Horror has its ultimate, and I'm that.
Behind that door is the sum total of Dr. Courtney's mistakes.
He intends to kill somebody. To rob them of their body. We've got to stop him.
Well, if it isn't Rick Turner, Bianca's private property.
Well, what are you doing here?
I'm lost. Where's the nearest bar?
Looks like you've had enough already.
Rick, I'm in trouble. Isn't there someplace we can go and talk?
Come on.
What?
Coffee's still hot. Would you like some?
This is what I need.
You better drink this.
Here.
What's your problem?
How do you get out, Rick? How do you get your soul back? Devil God Gumby's got your soul, too. Don't you want it back?
You don't know what you're saying. You're drunk.
Gotta get out. I've got to.
You've been sworn to secrecy. For your own sake, don't say any more.
Why? Did you tell on me?
What makes you think I won't?
You're not the type. You don't belong in this any more than I do.
You should have thought of that before you joined.
Well, you don't know. They play with evil like it was some kind of a new toy. They cut all the goodness out of you and you forget what it's like to be kind. You become a robot without any will of your own. And the things they make you do. But suddenly, they don't have to make you do those things anymore. You do them because you want to. And then it's too late, because you're past all decency.
Shut up.
You're afraid. Not for me, but for yourself. Oh, I know the pattern well. Bianca has used her powers for you, hasn't she? She's given you a taste of easy money and shown you what you'll be able to do when you receive these powers.
Stop it.
It's not worth it, Rick. Believe me, I know. I'd give anything to go back, to live again without fear.
You'd better go.
You are afraid.
Just get out of here. I should never have listened to you. Go on, get out. I don't want to hear any more. Tell Miss Milan I'm here.
Whatever you're drinking, I'll have one too. My darling, you're trembling.
Am I? Bianca, what would you do if I told you?
What?
Nothing. Just thinking out loud.
What's troubling you? Maybe I can help.
Well, I've learned of it. I've heard. There's a disloyal member in the cult.
Why should this trouble you?
She's kind of confused. She's...
A woman? There's no problem here. Your duty is clear. You must report her.
What will they do to her?
That's not your concern.
She'll be tested. That's it, isn't it? She'll be placed under the wheel. Bianca, I can't.
You must. Have you forgotten your own loyalty may be tested? If you love me, you won't hesitate. Not for a minute. Darling, I took an oath with you, remember? If you don't report this girl, you place me in equal jeopardy. Rick, darling, I couldn't bear it not to see you again.
What's keeping him?
He'll be here in a minute, darling. Just relax.
All these dolls just staring at you.
Frank is quite fanatic about them, especially his own. In his eyes, his doll is his soul.
Gamble is pleased. You've done well, Rick.
Hey, what is this?
I give him my report to Mr. Lamont, and he's very satisfied.
You mean this whole thing was a setup?
Precisely.
You'll play some nice games.
You may wait for me in the other room.
Let's go, Rick.
Bianca, I don't wish to detain you, but if you'd give me just a moment more.
Excuse me, darling.
That'll be fine.
Thank you, Francis.
Well, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Night, Rick.
Night.
I thought it was the nurse.
How do you feel?
Fine. Nothing ever changes with me. How about you?
Okay. Where's Miss Frank?
The nurse? Oh, she's off my case. I have a new one.
Oh.
Rick. I understand.
Do you?
It's not a very romantic prospect, being tied down to an invalid.
Donna, no, you don't understand.
Please. It's enough that you came.
Listen to me, Donna. You may not believe what I'm going to tell you, but at midnight tonight, you're going to be all right. Any discomfort you feel will disappear. Your strength will return. Your health will be restored.
At midnight. What makes you so sure?
Just trust me. I know it's a hard thing to ask after what's happened, but trust me. I'll call you tomorrow. It's getting rather late. I should be leaving.
Thank you for dropping by, Francis.
My dear, you're an extraordinary woman, but a woman nevertheless.
It took a lot of arranging to get Mary in as her nurse. It was for a purpose, wasn't it?
It was, my dear. However, don't you think this relationship has reached its end?
No.
You mean because Rick visited this girl today, you think you're losing your hold on him?
If I lose my hold on him, how can you hope to keep yours? If he should leave the cult, he could be a threat to us.
What is it you feel should be done?
Get rid of the girl.
Let's not be hasty. We'll wait a few days and see what happens.
As you say. Are you going home now?
Not directly, no. I have to go back to the shop for a few minutes. Good night, my dear.
Good night.
Okay, banga banga.
Since when do you talk a native language?
I just started today.
Well, what did he say?
What did he say? I don't even know what I said.
I need you, oh, my do I, baby? Of course I do. Duke Mitchell and Sammy Petrillo turn an island paradise into the zaniest madhouse in the 7 seas. Charlita puts a gleam in Duke Mitchell's eyes. Your smile only added life to your masquerade. Muriel Landers puts the whammy on Sammy.
Sammy! Run for your life! Go on, get out of here. Run for your life.
Ramona, the romantic chimp, takes off on a romantic chase of her own. Strange, but interesting.
Really think so? What a charming compliment.
Bela Lugosi finds the perfect subject to turn a gorilla into a goof, and versa versa.
Look, what are you trying to tell me? I don't understand a word. What am I, dumb or something? Don't answer that. Now look, Duke Mitchell, I'm running this game, you understand? And don't talk back. Yeah, now put it on, because we gotta get out that door.
Now back to The Devil's Hand, as Rick waits for the witching hour of midnight to pull the pin on Donna's voodoo doll to make her well again, unaware that the High Executioner is on his way.
Well, only be a few minutes.
It's remarkable. The pain's gone. And outside of being a little weak from too much bed rest, I feel fine. How on earth did you... All right, I won't ask any more questions. Rick, will I see you again? All right. I understand. Goodbye, Rick.
Well, how do you feel today?
Fine.
That's good. I brought you some coffee. If you need anything else, just ring the bell.
Hello? Yes, Mary? Thank you. Prepare some drinks for us. I'm expecting Mr. Turner. Hello, darling.
I got your message. It sounded urgent.
Frank is calling a meeting at 10:30 tonight.
Well, what's up?
We don't question Frank. We just obey. Aren't you going to kiss me?
You witch. You beautiful, evil witch.
I'm never going to let you go. Remember that.
I'll never want to go. You remember that. What's going on?
You love me?
You know I do.
It's odd, isn't it? how sometimes the things we do so innocently can be misinterpreted.
Like what?
For instance, someone might completely misunderstand your close contact with Miss Trent lately.
So that's it.
It's true, isn't it? You've been to see her. You've spoken with her on the phone.
Listen to me. Maybe once I thought I was in love with Donna, but that's over with.
Is it?
What do you think?
I think I'd like to be sure.
How much proof do you need? Every waking minute you're on my mind. Even when I sleep, I can't shake you. You're all around me. In the air. In the rain and in the sunlight. You're as much me as I am.
Tell me. Tell me.
I know what you are. I know what you've made me, but it doesn't matter. Nothing does. I can't kiss you without wanting more. I'll never have enough of you. If I thought I'd lose you,
You'd what?
I'd kill you.
We shall begin. The great Gamba has been offended. He demands retribution. There is a traitor among us. Someone in this room does not belong. The devil god has been betrayed. Traitor! Hear me well. You have been discovered. Gamba knows which one you are. At midnight tonight, you shall die. Gamba will be avenged. We shall meet again here at 12:30. One of you will not be among us.
Shut that music off.
Darling, it's so good. Great Gamba, justice has been done. Your unworthy servant has been eliminated. Let Gamba's betrayer serve as an example for the rest of you. The traitor Lindell did not believe. He was here to expose us. He was going to publicize us and maliciously attack the great devil god. The danger is past. The intruder has been removed from our midst.
Looks like Rick got a little tense there. The undercover reporter got the needle that time, but is Rick in the clear? Let's see what happens in the conclusion of The Devil's Hand, and then, who knows? Ha ha!
I don't know, it's hard to describe, but I've never seen anything like it in my life.
An inhabitant of a far distant galaxy crash lands his spaceship on Earth, only to be pursued by a band of thrill-seeking rednecks. But soon, the hunters become the hunted.
What we're going to be hunting out there, some kind of creature.
I saw my father take the spaceman's gun, and there's no telling what he'll do. Michael, we've got to get those things back to the spaceman.
Galaxy Invader. He's no E.T.
Creation of the humanoids. Out of the atomic war came the perfect man, the humanoids, man's own creation. Physically and mentally perfect. Created to serve their masters. Men and women. But could man compete with this creation, the perfect man?
You love that machine?
I love Pax. He's dedicated to keeping me happy. And I am happy.
The robots are machines. They must be made to look like machines.
The perfect man, created by man, becomes man's worst enemy.
Proceed!
The most provocative story ever filmed. The most unusual story ever filmed. You must see it to believe it. The creation of the humanoids. The perfect man.
One moment, please. You will stay. Come here. The light is better and there's something I want you to see.
Believe me, Frank. Francis, I had no
How
idea.
long have you been with us now?
Over a year.
Over a year. When you can still be so foolish, so dangerously careless.
But he lied to me, too. I didn't know he was a newspaper man.
Here are some of the notes he was making. Not very flattering, are they?
If I would have known, I wouldn't have sponsored him. I swear it.
Would you be good enough to get your doll from the shelf?
No, you can't.
Oh, just a moment. Bianca, it's Mary calling from the hospital.
Thank you. Hello, Mary. Thank you for calling. I don't think I'll be needing you any longer at the hospital.
How did you hear about it? She was only discharged a few minutes ago.
Discharged? That's impossible. I see.
Just a minute.
Goodbye, Mary.
Goodbye, Miss.
Rick. How nice of you to come for me.
And don't be nice to me down here, just making things more difficult.
She just left. Mr. Turner picked her up.
Thank you, Mary.
It seems your first suspicions were correct.
There's no doubt now, but it was Rick who was in here the other evening.
I shall have to use greater discretion in passing out keys. What do you intend doing with that?
If you don't mind, I have my own plans for it.
As you wish.
Then this gesture is just for old time's sake?
Something like that.
Pretty fancy car.
Belongs to a friend of mine. I know I owe you some sort of explanation, but there's very little I can say. Don, I want you to leave. Leave this town. Move away, far away from me.
But why?
I can't give you any explanations that would make any sense. Just believe me. For your own sake and for mine, Donna, I'm asking you to leave.
All right. Donna. 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 Can you hear me, Donna? Yes. Who are you? It's not easy to reach you, but I'm beginning to. Donna.
I've been calling you all evening.
I'm sorry, some things to attend to.
You might have at least let me know.
Don't be angry, darling. I said I'm sorry.
Worshippers of the great devil god Gamba, another full moon is above us. It is a time to pass judgment, a time to offer sacrifice, a time to test the unworthy. One among you must be called upon to prove his loyalty, to erase all doubt. Bring in the subject. This young girl is to be the sacrifice. You stare at her without recognition, but there is one here who knows her. She was a part of his past, a past he should have deserted when he declared himself to Gamba.
I did, I swear it.
Why then did you enter these premises one night under the veil of darkness? Why then did you remove the pin from the doll, thereby administering the cure?
I have not been disloyal. Bianca, tell him. You've got to believe me.
Oh, great Gamba, he asks for your trust. This unworthy servant begs to be believed. It is for you to say. Step forward. Prove yourself. It shall be your hand that turns the wheel.
My hand? Then I am to blame if the sword...
Blame? This is not a question of blame. This is a question of loyalty. Spin the wheel.
But why her? Test me if you must.
That is precisely what we are doing. Have you forgotten your oath of allegiance? You swore to follow the commands without question, though it meant someone's destruction, perhaps even your own. Spin the wheel.
It's all her doing. I warned you of the danger, but you wouldn't listen. You speak of a choice. There's no choice here. That knife is set to kill. Murderers. All of you. Gamba! 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 Are you all right?
What was I doing in there?
Never mind. The important thing is that you're safe and free of it.
Are you free of it, too?
Yes, darling, we both are.
That's what he thinks.
It's really frustrating when they set up a sequel that never comes, you know? I would have watched The Devil's Other Hand or The Devil's Hand 2, The Curse of Bianca, but no one ever made one. Any filmmakers out there in the audience? Go for it, but don't start writing the script just yet. We have more show to come.
Now
bound by no earthly law, possessing weird and enormous powers, these strange teenagers from outer space invade the Earth and prepare to possess its women. Nothing can stop their deadly advance. Earthmen are no match for their superhuman powers. They blast the flesh off humans. A moment before, she was a beautiful young girl. Now, she's a skeleton.
You know, my lords and ladies, in thinking about tonight's movie, I can't help but think that Rick made some pretty bad decisions along the way. I mean, yes, he was under the spell of an evil voodoo witch, and maybe his mind wasn't his own, but is that really any excuse? Black magic notwithstanding, we all need to remain morally correct. In the Nerve-Wrackin' Theater's ongoing attempt to make the world a better place, we now present to you, for your consideration, Right or Wrong, Making Moral Decisions.
Do it and get it over with. Let's go. Get your window. Come on. Let's go. Get your window out.
Hey, what do you think you're doing?
That boy's face, Charlie Green's boy, with a gang of toughs. Be a shock to Charlie. Hard on the boy, too, if he's picked up. Maybe I didn't really see who it was. No, not right to hide him. If he gets away this time, he'll get in worse trouble later. Besides, it's my job to turn him in.
Right or wrong? The watchman has made his decision. A moral decision. Like other moral decisions, it will have an effect on other people, make them also choose right from wrong. Every decision we make, every action we take, affects the lives of others around us. So, as you watch a chain of decisions in this film, try to see how various people decide what is right. Try to judge their decisions. The film will not judge. That's up to you.
We'll pick him up. Okay.
What is it? Oh,
Harry Green lives here.
Harry in trouble?
Is he in?
What's he done?
He hasn't done anything wrong. Not really wrong. He couldn't. Say he isn't here. Cover up. But if the police want him, if he's done something,
Well, lady.
can't help him by hiding him.
He's here. Come in.
Look, Mr. Gassner, the boy your watchman saw at your warehouse has no record. He's scared silly. Suppose we arrange for the boy to replace the windows.
Officer, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I didn't get out of bed and come down here because of the few dollars the windows would cost. That isn't important. What is important is the vandalism in this neighborhood.
warehouses, homes, cars, stores.
And through this boy, we have a chance to get at a whole gang and break it up.
But the boy won't talk. He won't tell us who the others were. And besides, he says that he didn't throw anything.
But he's our only chance to get at this gang of vandals. Hold him anyway. I'll sign a complaint if necessary. Might help just to bring him to trial.
All right. I'll talk to him some more. And then I'll get in touch with you. Good night, Mr. Kastner.
Good night, Sergeant.
Get him to talk. Get tough with him. Scare him. You can make him talk. No. Then he'd hate the cops. Turn against them. Make a regular gangster out of him. Come on in, Harry.
Assume the position and open your minds wide. It's time for your cranial cavity search. Yes, my lords and ladies, the cranial cavity search. Here's a chance for you great geeks out there to prove your geek cred by showing what you know. And tonight's cranial cavity search question is, one of the movies previously shown here on the Nerve-Wrackin' Theater, Horror Hotel, also known as City of the Dead, starred Christopher Lee in a tale of satanic goings-on in a small New England village. What was the name of the village in Horror Hotel? A. Whitewood. B. Bainbridge. C. Hobbs End. Or D. Twisted Oaks. What was the name of the village in Horror Hotel? Think about that, my lords and ladies, while these commercials give you nothing else to think about. And the answer to tonight's cranial cavity search question. What was the name of the satanic cult-plagued village in Horror Hotel? It was A. Whitewood. Yes, my lords and ladies, Whitewood. The small New England village cursed by a witch centuries before as she was burning at the stake. But then, aren't all New England villages cursed by witches? I mean, they are in the movies. Now, my lords and ladies, on to the thrilling conclusion of... Can I really call this educational film thrilling? Isn't that a lie? This short is only barely interesting at best, and I'm only showing it because the movie was short. Holy Lugosi! They can hear what I'm thinking! Back to the movie. How long has this been going on?
Come on in. Close the door. You're in a spot, boy. I guess you know that. Don't you want to sit down? Serious charge against you.
What charge?
Vandalism. Willful and malicious destruction of property.
You mean?
Sit down, boy. Look, Harry, this fellow's going to sign a complaint against you. He won't be satisfied with simply letting you pay for the window you broke.
I didn't break his window.
Who did? It'll be much easier for you if you'll help us. Tell us who was with you. Just exactly what happened. You'll get off much easier.
Get off easier. Tell what happened. Squeal on the others.
Well, boy, you want to talk? Okay, I won't ask you again. There's a fella coming over from your church. Your mother sent him. Name's Barker. You can wait over there till he gets here.
Harry, Mr. Barker. Sorry it took me so long to get here. You can come home with me now.
Thanks, Sergeant. I'll bring him back in the morning.
Come on, Harry. Well, Harry?
I didn't break any windows.
But someone did. Sit down, Harry. Want something to eat? You sure? Oh, I left a note for your father. When he gets home from work this morning, he'll probably stop by. Harry, I think I know you pretty well. I think you really didn't break any windows. But we'll have a hard time proving that in court, unless some of the others who were there speak up for you.
Can't you see? I can't tell you who was there. It isn't right to squeal on your friends. You haven't got any right to ask me.
You can sleep here tonight, Harry. I'll get a pillow and blanket.
Aren't you going to ask me any more questions?
Just one. Is it right to hide a lawbreaker from justice?
Harry's problem is far from solved. It's not the purpose of this film to solve his problem. That's up to you. Discover and apply your moral standards. Think of the decisions yet to be made, of the decisions already made. Judge them in the light of your standards. What is right and wrong? Did you agree with Harry's decisions? Would you have done the same? What about the night watchman? How did he decide what was right? Would you have done what he did? What did Harry's mother do that revealed her sense of right and wrong? Did you agree with her? Would you have taken Mr. Kastner's stand? Would you, in Sergeant Kelly's place, have forced Harry to talk for his own good? Suppose you were in Mr. Barker's shoes. How would you have helped Harry? How would you have decided what was right? What if you had Harry's problem? How would you work it out? It's your story now. You decide what is right.
Can you still hear what I'm thinking? No? Okay, well, good. Then things are back to what passes for normal around here. Well, my lords and ladies, I want to thank you all for watching, and I want to invite you all back again next week when we'll do whatever this is all over again. As always, I am Lord Blood-Rah saying, geek out. Well, that's another episode in the can. It went okay, I guess. The beat poem was a little weird, but I think I got away with it. I'm glad that reading my mind business stopped. If they ever found out my dread secret that... Hey!